Hi, this is Ella Timbo. My platform is to share instructional tips, inspiration, and strategies. Welcome for another round of Power Up Your Instruction. For those who are new in this channel, please hit subscribe. Please subscribe for the latest instructional tips, strategies, and inspirational journey of a global teacher, and thank you. In this webinar session entitled Incorporating Rigor in Online Distance Learning and Modular Distance Learning Modalities, we will try to extend and deepen students' thinking and learning routines. This webinar training is our way of building bridges to the new normal. In today's session, our goals are: first, identify the best practices when it comes to remote classroom. Second, determine the different ways to incorporate rigor in remote classroom. And third, apply rigor in your remote classroom using the videologs, digital-based projects, writing assignments, and making thinking visible learning routines. Guided by these goals, let us start our session now.
Hello, everybody. So, welcome to our webinar Incorporating Rigor in Online Distance Learning and Modular Distance Learning Modalities. So, whatever modality you are using, whether you like to use online distance learning or modular distance learning, at least we need to incorporate rigor in our instruction. I know for most private schools, they use the online distance learning. So the school have chosen online distance learning as your modality. However, in some public schools, most of them, they like to use the modular distance learning modality. So whatever ways or whatever mode of instruction you use, it's better that we incorporate rigor in our instruction. So you might be thinking, what is actually a rigor? How does it help students to think deeper when we incorporate rigor in our instruction? Well, that's what we're gonna do for today. So we will try to identify the different ways and approaches when it comes to incorporating rigor in our instruction. But before I start the webinar, let me give you some special announcement about what's going on with our channel, Power Up Your Instruction. So I'll give you some new show and project announcement. So basically, these are some of the channel platform that we have. So every month, let me get the highlighter first, the laser pointer. So every month, we have the webinar, and we have also the journey of a global teacher, and we are also launching the online research paper presentation, and we have also the meet our YouTube content creator for education, and we are launching also the project Islab. So this is what you're gonna find in our channel. So if you have some friends out there and they are interested to be part of our cause, to be part of our channel, so I am encouraging everybody to please welcome them, invite them to our channel, Power Up Your Instruction. So now let me go on one by one. Before we start our webinar, I want you to have a preview of our channel. So if you are interested to be the speaker in our webinar, because every month, every Thursday at 10 a.m. Philippine Standard Time, we are having the webinar. So if you are interested to become a guest speaker in the webinar in my YouTube channel, I'm encouraging you to message me, send an email at itimbo at powerup.yourinstruction.org. So this is actually a platform to reach a wider audience and be of service to our teachers. Sharing your best practices in education makes us grow, makes everybody grow. So please, I'm encouraging you to be a speaker in my YouTube channel. And also, I have this platform of showcasing Filipino global teachers around the world. So we are showcasing Filipino teachers who are actually making a big difference. So our global teachers elevated students' lives, strengthened communities, and inspired students to achieve their dreams. So if you are one of those global Filipino teacher, or if you know somebody out there who are making a great contribution to the education of our children, please send me an email at eatingbowl@powerup.yourinstruction.org. Oops. And also, I am launching this online research paper presentation. This is actually a way to bring your research into a new level. So if you have your research, whether it's master's thesis or a dissertation or an action research, and you want to share the knowledge and your expertise and your experience with a wider audience virtually, I'm encouraging you to participate in this call for online research paper presentation. Well, you as a researcher, this is an avenue for you to discuss your research and share valuable information in a wider population. And also, you as a researchers and as an educator, you will discuss your research to advance scientific educational cultures and practices. So if you want to know more about this platform in my YouTube channel and the details as well as the information, I want you to register on this link. So on this link, you can see the protocols, the step-by-step on how to do this online research paper presentation. So please do register on this link. And also, we have our platform in meeting our YouTube content creator for education. So if you are a teacher and you have a YouTube channel, a YouTube educational channel, I am encouraging you to have a collaboration. Let's collab. So I am inviting YouTube content creator to be a guest in my YouTube channel. In this way, you can define and communicate your channel. And this is a platform also to reach a wider audience. At the same time, you grow in numbers. So I am encouraging all of you, all content creator, or those who have a channel already, or those who are planning to have a channel. So message me at my email, eatingbowl@powerupyourinstruction.org. And also, I'm excited to launch this project. It's called Project Kislap. Kislap stands for Kalingang Isasagawa sa Paghahandog ng Lapis at Papel. So we are giving children a sparkle of hope by donating paper and pencil. So how do you participate in this project as well as my subscriber, as my followers? So I'm encouraging you to participate in this meaningful project. So how do you do it? Well, all you have to do is to participate in our super chat and super stickers. So on the chat box, every time we have a live premiere and live streaming, the top chat will appear. So how to click the super chat and super sticker? You see this dollar icon. So all you have to do is press this dollar icon and it will lead you to super stickers and super chats with different denominations from a dollar and so on. So I want you to click it if you want to extend your love, if you want to extend your support. Please click the super chats and super stickers by clicking the dollar icon during a live premiere or live streaming. And thank you in advance. And also, if you are a school principal or a school community or a teacher, I'm also launching the LCP, Building Bridges in the New Normal. LCP stands for the Learning Continuity Plan. So if your school have an LCP video wherein you showcase your collaborative efforts on the educational continuity of the children's education and the programs that you created, the activities that you have outlined, and you put that into action, well, I am inviting all school principals and teachers to please submit your LCP video in my channel at eatingbowl@powerupyourinstruction.org. So I am inviting again all school communities to share your video LCP in promoting the Bayanihan spirit as it ensures that education of millions of Filipino learners will continue despite the present global situation. And also, I am encouraging you to join our social media FB groups. So in FB, you can find our groups. We have the Pinoy teacher of Math, English, Science, SPED at Ibaba group. And this is the channel art so that you can easily find us. And also I have this FB group, the Pinoy J1 teacher exchange program community, and this is the channel art, so that's easy for you to find it. And also we have our FB groups, which is the Power Up Your Instruction. Okay, so right now, let us start our webinar session. So like what I told you, our topic is incorporating rigor in online distance and modular distance learning modalities. So you might be thinking, what is actually rigor? Is rigor making your content area difficult? Is rigor making your content or your subjects more complicated? So what is actually rigor? That's what we need to find out, okay? So what is rigor actually? And what is the importance of rigor when it comes to providing tasks and activities to our students? So, well, according to Blackburn, rigor is creating an environment in which each student is expected to learn at high levels. Each student is supported so he or she can learn at high levels. And each student demonstrate learning at high levels. So the keyword here is high levels. So what do you mean by high levels? High levels to me is allowing our students to think deeper. So they are in the process of thinking um, deeper. So how do we allow our students to think deeper? So when I say rigor, it is not only allowing them to remember. It's not only allowing them to understand. It is about also applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. And also, when I say rigor, it's about not only allowing them to make a simple recall, it's also allowing them to have the skills and concept when it comes to your content. And also, these students are also doing a strategic thinking and extended thinking. So that is a rigor to me. Now, we all know that everybody is using technology nowadays. So technology is actually a wonderful tool to enhance your instruction. I guess you would agree with this with me, right? So if you have technology like a simple cell phone or a computer or a laptop, so whatever electronic gadget it is, as long as you can use it in your instruction, well, it's a wonderful tool in order to enhance and engage our students. So we can use this technology to increase rigor and learning in our classroom. But how do we actually do that? How do we incorporate rigor plus technology in our classroom? So, just to remind you that rigor is not always associated with contents, okay? So, meaning, I know math is actually a complex and difficult subject for most of our kids. It's their Waterloo anyway. So, rigor is not about making the content difficult or complicated. When I say rigor, it's about the skills, about building the skills of our students, building the thinking skills of our students. So rigor is more than simply expecting students to complete a challenging work. I guess you would agree to me, okay? So I would say that rigor is not making your content subject more difficult, and also rigor is not making your content or the process of your content difficult. And also, rigor is not about making the product in your content areas more difficult. So, again, it's not about making your content, your process, and your product difficult or complicated. That's not rigor, it's all about. Well, what's rigor then? So, well, rigor is not about giving lots of assignments. Overloading them with lots of assignment is not actually rigor. Giving them 10 pages of assignments will not make them to be involved in the rigorousness of the work. And also, rigor is not about lots of performance based or outputs or projects. So, giving them lots of projects, complicated projects. Well, that's not rigor, okay? And rigor is not also giving lots of instructional resources, whether it's paper based or e copy or electronic copy. That's not rigor, okay? It's like they are overloaded with lots of electronic works or paper based work. That's not rigor, okay? And also, rigor is not about giving lots of instructions, lots of rules, and lots of goals. Well, that's not rigor all about. Again, for me, rigor is we do something about the content, the process, and the product. So that's our students will think deeper or they are doing high levels of work. Well, in order to visualize what is actually rigor, so I try to remind you again about the Bloom's taxonomy and the web depths of knowledge or the DOK level. This is the best way in order to visualize what is rigor actually. Well, in Bloom's taxonomy, the lowest level is students are remembering and the highest level is creating. So when students are doing this hierarchy of thinking, you are allowing them to be in a rigorous work. They are remembering or recognizing and recalling facts. They're understanding what that fact mean, and they are also applying the rules and the concept that your ideas you have thought or shared, and they're also analyzing wherein they are breaking down information and components, and they're also evaluating wherein they are judging the information or the ideas, and finally the highest level is they are combining parts to make a new whole, a new meaning. So they are recreating and recreating. So that's about rigor when it comes to Bloom's taxonomy. Now, on the DOK level, when I say a rigor, when you are incorporating rigor in your instruction, you are not only allowing your students to do some simple recall and reproduction, but they're also doing skills and concept. They're also doing strategic thinking and extended thinking. Okay, so that is allowing kids to have rigor when it comes to your subject content area. Now, you might ask, well, so that's rigor. So, what are the best practices when it comes to remote classroom? So, when I'm doing online classroom, when I'm doing virtual classroom, what are the best practices that teachers are doing actually uh, in their virtual classroom? Well, let's see one by one. So these are the best practices in remote classroom. So maybe some of you are uploading text and assignments. So if you have the Google Classroom or the Microsoft theme, it's an LMS wherein you can upload text and assignments. So this is the common practices. You will just upload the text and the assignment and let the students answer it. So students are interacting on the task that you have uploaded. And another one is you will provide instructional videos or video lectures. So some of you might be using YouTube because there are lots of instructional resources in YouTube or Khan Academy or whatever ready-made video that you can give to your students. That is also one best practices that you can do into your classroom. Well, some of you might not like those those videos. Well, some of you have actually doing and creating a self-recorded instruction. Well, I like this practice because you are trying to make your instruction more of a, how do you call it, more of a, uh, make it your own. It's like there's a personalized approach when it comes to your instruction when you do record your instruction on your own because you know your students, you know your kids, so it's better to create a lesson based on the needs of your students. And another one is another best practice that you can do is you're doing live instruction. So whatever platform you're using, whether Zoom, GoToMeeting, BlueJeans, and so on. So those are the platforms that you can use in doing a live instruction. Well, I like live instruction because the connection is one-on-one. Though it's not face-to-face, but you can see the live interaction of your students when you're doing a live instruction. And also, some of you are also using reaction paper discussion or the discussion board or the forum wherein there's a board that you can go on to collaborate and discuss with one another. And another one is allowing students to answer a web-based instructional or service tool. So if you have some apps or programs that you allow students to enter, like for example, Castle Learning, what else? Castle Learning, Delta Math. So there are ready-made web-based instructional tools that you can use for students so that they can interact on those channel or platform. And finally, we have also organized the lessons topically in modules, chunk the lesson. So you can do this also online, wherein the modules is uploaded but not in full. Okay, you upload it by chunk. So you chunk the process of the module so that students can answer it one at a time, depending on the level of difficulty. As the module goes on, the level of difficulty also goes on. So those are the best practices that you can use when it comes to your remote classroom. Now, you might ask the question, what are the different ways to incorporate rigor in our online classroom? So if you are in a private or public schools, if you are using online distance learning modality, what are the different ways we can incorporate rigor? It's not only in online, you can also do in modular. Okay, what are the different ways we can incorporate rigor in our classroom, whether virtually or face to face or in a modular way? Well, these are the four ways we can incorporate rigor in our classroom. So there are four ways. So let's discuss one at a time. So let's do analysis vlogs, wherein there's a video logs. You allow students to either to watch this video and let them interact on it. Another way is you allow them to create a multimedia interactive poster or a digital based project, which is a performance based. Or you allow your students to do some writing. When students are writing, there's always rigor. So you provide learning to write activity such as the different graphic organizer. You can use compare and contrast, annotations, error analysis, or simple questions, or any learning to write activities. So you are allowing your students to write. That's basically what it is. When you allow students to write, you're also allowing them to have a sense of a rigorous approach when it comes to their work. Another one is you include assessment or assignment that requires students to reflect their own thinking. So we will do making thinking visible. So how do you do making thinking visible? So those are the four ways we can incorporate rigor in our instruction using the vlogs, using interactive digital projects, by allowing them to write, and by making thinking visible approach. So those are the ways we can incorporate rigor in our instruction. Now, let's dive into each of those approaches one at a time. So let's start with video logs. So how do you incorporate rigor using a video logs? So there are different ways we can add formatted assessment to videos. So in Google Forms, you can embed a video into a form and ask students formative assessments questions such as short answer, multiple choice, true or false, and provide feedback. So in Google Forms, you can use the Google form to uh, to upload a video and let them interact on that. And also, you can use Nearpod. Nearpod, you can add videos to Nearpod to add informative assessment questions such as collaborative boards, quizzes, polls, matching pairs, activities. Or you can also use Peer Deck. You can add videos to Peer Deck to ask students formative assessment questions through multiple choice, draggable short answer, and drawing responses. Or you might use Edpuzzle, wherein you can embed multiple choice and open-ended formative assessment questions to do puzzle video so that student can answer them as they watch. So those are the different ways we can incorporate rigor when you are using video logs. Well, you might ask the question, well, how to use that? How can we know how to do it? You're just saying it, these are the sources of video logs. Well, there are lots of tutorial videos you can watch if you want to learn Nearpod, if you want to learn Peer Deck, if you want to learn Edpuzzles. So there are so many YouTube content creator actually going one by one at a time, the step by steps on how to engage students using Nearpod, Peer Deck, Edpuzzles, and the Google Forms. So it's not a problem. All you have to do is to watch them one at a time. Believe me, it will help you allow your students to engage, and at the same time, you're incorporating rigor into your instruction. So it's about incorporating rigor when it comes to video logs. Now, another question. How do you incorporate rigor when it comes to digital-based projects? Well, there are three ideas wherein students can engage in rigor when you are allowing them to do a digital-based project. So you allow them to make the video, record it, and present it. Okay? So you allow them to make a video with an app. So there are lots of apps on the web or using their mobile device which are built in to create fun videos that can demonstrate learning. So you can Google it. You can watch in YouTube, such as Tell a Story, The Chatter Picks, and The Thriller. So these are good way in order to make a fun video. So watch any tutorial pages when it comes to Tell a Story, Chatter Picks, and Thriller. So after they make the video, they will record it. So maybe you can ask your student to record an interviews in person or virtually through the use of flipgrid.com. They could be in-person interviews or virtual interviews where someone far away records responses to questions in a Flipgrid video. So I want you to go in flipgrid.com and try to navigate it, try to explore it. If you don't know how to do it, you can watch a tutorial video on YouTube on how to use the Flipgrid video. And finally, you allow students to present their work. So present slides with a screencast recording. Present an idea step by step using uncluttered slides with a simple sentence or single word or an image. So those are the different ways we can allow our students to be engaged in a digital-based project. And also, another way to incorporate rigor when it comes to digital-based project is by allowing them to create a digital poster or a video poster or a video campaign poster. So what are the different ways we can use it? Well, you can go to Poster My Wall. There are different templates wherein they can make a digital poster. Or you can go to Adobe Spark. They can also access different templates and allow students to create their own digital projects, use their words, use their statement, use their sentence, allow them to recreate, allow them to create something from based on your content. So aside from the digital poster, you can allow them also to create their own video using the Loom. So Loom, here it is. It is an easy to use video recording tool that works on the Mac, the Windows, and iOS. You can record your screen, your voice, and face to create an instantly shareable video. It's free pro account for teachers and students. So aside from using the OBS or your Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, you can use also the Loom to record your instruction. Or you allow students to record something based on the instruction that you will give to them. So let them create a project using a video campaign uh, project using the Loom. Okay. So again, you can use the poster My Wall at Adobe Spark for creating a digital poster, or you can use a video informational campaign using the Loom. Okay. Now, the next question to ask is how to incorporate rigors in terms of writing assignment. Or, when students are writing, you are also allowing them to think deeper, because in writing you are also allowing your student to make the content, the process, and the product uh, more uh, not difficult, but in a rigorous way. The approach is in a rigorous way. When kids are writing, you get to know more of your kids when they are writing. So these are some of the template or the graphic organizer that I am using when I want to incorporate rigor in my instruction when they are doing writing. So I have this my story template. So there is a blank portion here wherein you can put the problem, your statement, your question, or your prompt. And these are the sentence frame that they can fill in. So this is the My Story template. Or they can use the write and reflect. So students write the question here. They will answer what did you get, show your answer, and then they will answer this question. So this is write and reflect template. And also, you can use the error analysis template. So I have here two boxes, problem 1 and problem 2. Let the student identify the error and let them redo it. You can have one box here, okay, if you want, or one box here. So whatever approach you want to, you may tweak it and adjust your graphic organizer when it comes to error analysis. Another template you can use in writing to incorporate rigor is through the use of a Venn diagram, a double Venn diagram, or three overlapping circles. And this is a good activity in order to allow them to compare and contrast using the Venn diagram. Or you can use this one. Uh, there's an item 1 here, an item 2. So how they are alike, the students will write here. And then another two boxes here, how they are alike, so the students will write here. So this one is a good graphic organizers in writing in order for our students to think deeper. Now, the next one is the last one. The last approach in order to incorporate rigor is how do we incorporate rigor in making thinking visible? Some of you might be thinking that, oh, this is something new, making thinking visible. Well, what is making thinking visible? Well, actually, making thinking visible is a project zero at the Harvard University. Visible thinking makes an extensive use of learning routines, mini strategies that extend and deepen students' thinking. So, what are those thinking activities? So, the thinking activities when it comes to making thinking visible are the following. You can have effective questioning, you can have listening, or you can have documentation, or you will facilitate structure through the use of thinking routine. So this is what we will focus more on, okay? In effective questioning and the thinking routine. So what are the different ways to incorporate rigor when we are allowing them to use making thinking visible um, using the thinking routines? So what are those? Well, in making thinking visible, it is divided into three aspects of thinking routines. The first one is when you are introducing ideas. The second one is when you are synthesizing ideas. And the third one is when you are digging deeper ideas. So these are the thinking routines, okay? Introducing ideas, maybe how do you introduce the concept or the idea? How will students understand the ideas? Then let them think deeper and make connect and relationship. So that is the way how to do making thinking visible using the three thinking routines. Now let's go to them and dive to them one at a time. What is introducing ideas? What is synthesizing ideas? And what is digging deeper ideas? What are the questions we can actually ask on those aspects or those layers of thinking routines? First, let's go to introducing ideas. So, in introducing ideas, you're actually soliciting ideas from the students. So, maybe you can ask the question, what do you see? So, I notice what? So, the student will fill in, I notice that blah. And the next question you might ask is, what do you think? So, the student might say, I think that. And the next layer is I wonder. So what do you wonder? So the student might say, I wonder that. So this one is a good template in order to introduce ideas. So you can see here, I notice blank, I wonder that, I think that. So you allow your students to introduce the idea. So the idea is coming from them. So it's just like allowing them to have mm, or make sense about a thing. So if you want to show something, like it could be a video, or it could be a simple question, or a reading materials, or results of experiments, or solutions or problems. So give this graphic organizers in introducing ideas. I notice, I wonder, and I think. So that is about introducing ideas. Next is how do we implement the thinking routines when it comes to synthesizing ideas. So in synthesizing ideas, the following question you might ask. So maybe you can ask your student, I used to think blank. Now I think blank. So I used to think blank, but now I think. So this one is synthesizing ideas. So again, the first layer is introducing ideas. Next is synthesizing ideas. And finally, we are allowing them to dig deeper into the idea. So, what are the effective questions that you can ask to your students? Well, you might include what makes you say that. What do you see that make you say that? Again, you can use this graphic organizer. What make you say that? What's going on? What do you hear or read that makes you say that? So that is about digging deeper ideas. So that's the way how you implement the making thinking visible. Okay, so again, let me go back. Let me go back. So either you introduce the ideas, you synthesize the ideas, and you dig deeper into the ideas. So those are the different ways you can incorporate the making thinking visible. So right now, I will do a short teaching demonstration on how we can incorporate rigor in our online and modular distance learning modalities. So maybe if you go to your Google Drive, to your Google Classroom or the Microsoft Team, you can try to upload those templates. So for example, this error analysis assessment. So I will upload this on my Google Drive. You see I have problem 1 and problem 2. So it has been solved. One student solved the problem this way, and another student solved the problem this way. So in this approach, you ask the question and you ask the student what are the errors committed on problem 1, what are the errors that has been committed on problem 2. So let the student write, and let the students also solve the problem on their own. So this is the use of error analysis assessment. So basically, I'm demonstrating how to incorporate rigor when it comes to writing. Okay, so one of them is through the use of error analysis. Another example, through the use of the write and reflect, the my story template. So I upload the problem here, and then let the students solve it and let them write the different steps or the different ways on how they approach the problem. So again, this is, I know you have seen examples in math, but you can incorporate um, anything here, whether you're teaching English, science, math, or whatever academic discipline, whether PE or you're dealing with special education kids, you can use this template in order for them to write. Okay, and also you can use a compare and contrast template. So you can see here, I have item 1, the students solve the problem this way. I have problem number 2. So the students will find similarities. So how these two problems are alike, and let them write here how they are different. So let the student write here. Again, you're seeing math examples, but you can actually tweak it and adjust this based on your content area. So if you're teaching science, so maybe you can put two results of an experiment. If you're teaching Filipino, you can write, or social sciences, you can write two situations here that happen in history and let them find the differences and the similarities by writing on it. And this one, it's how I do making thinking visible. So actually, I use the test maker approach, wherein students will create their own example. So topic, I will create an example about blank what. So they will create their own example and then they will solve this, okay? Or you can give the students the problem and let them analyze it using the making thinking visible. So this is a template. So in introducing ideas, you have the following questions. What do you see? What do you think? What do you wonder? And on the learn thinking routines number 2, synthesizing ideas, you will ask the question, I used to think, now I think. And the third one is digging deeper the idea. So you can ask the question, what makes you say that? What do you see that make you say that? So that's the way how I use the making thinking visible. Okay. Now, so those are the writing materials. Okay, now how about incorporating rigor when it comes to digital-based projects? So these are examples of digital-based project. It's a digital poster wherein students create their own colorful and beautiful project using the Adobe Spark, using the My Poster War, or any apps that they can create a digital poster. Now, also we discussed about the blogs. So how do you do the blogs? Well, a good way to introduce the blog is you can use the video and as to in using the video and you can go to YouTube and search for it. Students can annotate while watching the video. So when there's a video, they can annotate it. So I want you to watch the tutorial on YouTube about how to use the video and, okay? And also, some of you have heard about the Nearpod. So it's a sample of video logs wherein students again watch the video. They can interact on the video by making annotations. So what is good about Nearpod is there's an integration with Google. What do you mean by that? That there's an integration with Google? Well, you can upload your or transfer your students the grade and everything on your Google Classroom. That's the beauty of the Nearpod. Also on the Nearpod, you can do a live video or recorded video and slides. So you can allow students to watch a video or let them watch a live video, and you can also access a different slide. So using the Nearpod, students can annotate while watching the video. So I want you to go to YouTube and watch for the tutorial video on how to do a Nearpod. And if you want to access the different templates that I have seen you, but actually those templates also was discussed on our previous webinar about the different assessment tools that you can use in your online distance learning modality. Well, I want to share that with you using this link. So you can access this the different template that I have shown to you in this link. Okay, and also I will put this link under the description page of this YouTube channel. So find the description page and find the link. I will put it there so that it's easy for you to access those template, those graphic organizers. So that concludes our discussion for today on incorporating rigor in online distance learning and modular distance learning modality. And thank you very much, everybody. Okay, and I am encouraging you to share this video. I'm encouraging you to invite your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thank you very much. And also, if you want to uh, support our cause, just click the super chat and super stickers by clicking that dollar icon. So thank you very much, everybody, and bye bye.